I think we've also talked about the different stages of the supply chain. We've got the downstream, midstream, upstream.
Yeah.
You know, I think that as freight forwarders, I think classical freight forwarders are concentrated primarily on the downstream. You know, all trying to chase bits of business and trying to, you know, squeeze prices down as much as they can. But actually, if you look at the way that retail is changing, specifically retail, given that most of our customers are retail, you know, we really need to concentrate in the upstream. You've got more direct factory business, you've got more, you know, retailers taking more control of their imports and, you know, as I say, direct factory business. So I think that the only untouched area where there is margin erosion taking place is in the upstream. And I think that probably for us should be a major concentration.
Absolutely. Look, our product Fabric, it leads the way because nobody else sees it. Only
but what the benefit that we have is that we're speaking to not only the imports guys or the shipping guys, but we're also talking to the buyers and the merchandisers.
Yeah.
So we're hearing like two sides of the story. When a garment starts its life, you know, there are many things that happen prior to actually that garment getting on the vessel when we take over. But actually, as logistics people, we should be looking at the whole thing and giving best advice. And I think that margin erosion, especially now with prices on freight being so high, I think that is going to be a major concentration for retailers going forward. They've got nominated suppliers like Manetti and Interlinings people, and you need to be able to control the cost of moving that product from one place to the other. And I think Hyperchain is really going to give them that benefit to be able to take advantage of modern technologies and the way that we're receiving information. But you know, it captures absolutely everything from start to finish, and you can actually control your costs.
And it's a believable product. So again, it goes back to the credibility. But you know, look at our competition. They're not actually doing anything different. The turnovers are increasing. The shipping lines turnovers are increasing, but they're just charging more for a container.
Yeah, no, agreed.
You know, we're sitting here at 93% a brand new client base.
Yeah.
And we're not just looking at it and saying, let's make a bit of money today. Let's sustain these clients for the next 5-10 years.
But to be open and honest, you know, we're having these opportunities as a result of, you know, the larger people being let down by the multinationals. I mean, essentially, there's a lot to that. You know, shipping lines cut contracts, and unfortunately, they couldn't get their containers on the vessel. So, you know, unfortunately,
and even on spot, people couldn't get space.
Yeah.
And you have to be dynamic, you have to be agile. You know, it was literally like
but the medium-sized forwarders like us have always been that. I don't think necessarily, you know, the multinational is that model anymore. If,
for example, a multinational has 50 containers a week capacity or 50 tons a week capacity, that's all they have, and it's never ever going to be increased. Not ever. You know, and who'd have thought we'd be sat here talking about, you know, where we're at today. It's more borderline, like, you know, incredible.
No, it really is.